You got the exhibition season started last night with a victory. Tell us a little bit about what you saw out of your team initially.
We saw some good things last night. It's a great opportunity just to kind of see your team against another opponent. I thought that our returners did some great things. I thought it was a chance to get the newcomers some playing experience, and then really realize some things this week we need to focus on heading into our game against Colorado this coming week.
11 wins last season. Where do you see the team making its biggest improvements this year? Are there areas where you see this team potentially having, a better outcome?
Absolutely. I think that this team is talented enough to go all the way to the top. I really do believe that, and I think that this team believes that as well. I think that the returners that we have in Amy Patton, Tyler Stevens-Jenkins, our leadership of Katie Pratt, Katie Huntington, and a really good group of newcomers is really going to be a key. I think the energy, the aura, the determination this team has to make a difference is shown every day in practice. And from a coach, it's been a great experience so far being able to coach these young ladies.
What have you guys talked about as far as goals for the season?
Right now we're trying to get better every day. I think the focus is to focus on skill development, really getting team continuity on the floor, and trying to find a lineup to see where your kids are going to sub in and who's going to give you strengths on the defensive side and the offensive side. I think right now, our team feels like we can contend for a Big Sky championship, but our focus is small goals, getting better this week to get ready for our first game against Colorado, which will be a challenging game this coming Friday.
Yeah, testing yourself against a Pac-10 opponent. I know you have Patton back as your leading scorer. That's a good place to start. Tell me a little bit about what she brings to the team.
Yeah, Amy was a freshman that came in and was a difference maker from the start. Led the league in scoring and rebound for the first time ever from a freshman perspective. Has led us every year in scoring. Had 22 points last night. I think the thing about her is she can score on the offensive end really at will. 3-point line penetration, and then to be a 5'9" guard and lead the team, let alone the league in rebounding, shows her athleticism and her basketball ability. And I think right now getting her in a team concept to understand what's a good shot, when should we pass the ball. Last night, my greatest thing about her was she had 6 assists, so she made shots and distributed the ball, and I really have seen her develop and mature this year and has stepped up from a leadership standpoint as well.
Well, I imagine she draws a lot of attention. How much easier does that make the job for some of her teammates?
I think they realize that. I think the addition to Amanda Frost, a transfer sophomore for us, second leading scorer last night with 15 points, a tremendous 3-point shooter, and I think Amy getting inside, distributing the ball not only inside but outside has really made our team a lot more balanced in scoring and taken some of the scoring pressure off of Amy.
I was going to ask her impact. I saw the numbers she put up. Where do you see her impacting the team most?
Amanda right now is a 3-point specialist, has very deep range, and she's a very athletic kid, and the thing about her right now is she's probably the best conditioned kid on the team. So she's first in sprints, she plays really hard every day in practice, and so I think she really brings not only offense on the offensive side, but is a defensive presence on the defensive side of the ball. So right now I think that she's going to have an impact for us early. She started in last night's game, and more than likely will start here against the University of Colorado on Friday.
How quickly does chemistry develop with some newcomers to the mix?
I think that's the biggest key for us right now. I think that we have great chemistry off the floor. The team gets along great. They're very good friends. They're supportive of each other. But really learning the continuity on the floor has been a challenge. Right now we're trying to get everybody to understand our offensive concepts, the defensive concepts, and really try to find who gels the best. I've always said you're not always going to play the 5 most talented players on the floor. You're going to play the 5 that play the best team basketball. And so right now we are still in the process in the non-league schedule of really trying to find a good balance.
Coach, thanks for the time and best of luck this season.